Welcome back to Long Delays Hobbies. So yesterday, those of us who play the Middle-earth strategy battle game got some really unexpected and interesting news regarding a new Shelob, a new Gollum, and a new MESBG journal. So it's pretty exciting. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there in a short video. The new Shelob looks, I think, much better than the previous one. So I have the previous one, which is currently metal, but I think it is metal, but I think this has been done in fine cast resin before in the past as well. But either way, this, from what I've been told, this version right here, this variant, is like an absolute like nightmare to build because each like part of the leg is a different piece. I'd be interested to know how they're actually going to have this be assembled in plastic. So these are going to all be plastic miniatures. So we have Shelob, Gollum. I don't think we've ever actually seen this version of Gollum before. We was at Cirith Ungol, and they also gave us a new Frodo. I'm not sure how I feel about a new version of this particular Frodo. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I'm just concerned that we may have to pay a tax for a Frodo spun up in a web, lying down, being in the box. But I think it's cool. I'm not actually sure if I like it better than this one, this metal one, but I'm not necessarily opposed to having little narrative pieces. They used to kind of do that stuff more often, even in plastic boxes, than they do now. But I think this is a really nice looking miniature. I think it's gonna win a lot of painting awards just due to the amount of detail that you can put into it, like a model like this. It's really nice looking. Gollum looks really good also. I like how they've put the scars on his back. I don't recall seeing the scars in this level of detail in Gollum's back in other miniatures. Even I've painted a couple Gollums myself. Don't remember seeing the scars. So this is a really nice looking Gollum. I like that detailing done on his teeth. So I'm gonna look forward to seeing that. Is this our? I think this is our first plastic Gollum, right? Yeah, I think all the other ones are either metal or resin. So that's exciting. We're also going to be getting a new narrative supplement. Probably going to be very similar to the War of the Rohirrim supplement. So it's going to be probably like $28 US. 50-ish pages. So it's it will not. Oh, it even says here 48 pages. 9 narrative scenarios covering the Hobbit journey to Cirith Ungol. So I don't think all 9 narrative scenarios are gonna have Shelob and Gollum in them. Probably, I would assume. But we'll just, I guess, wait and see. But I think it's really. I know some people probably want more competitive scenarios, and which is to an extent understandable. But I do really like these scenarios that are going to give us information on how to paint Gollum and Shelob, how to paint like the Osgiliath sewers, how to paint the dead marshes. That kind of stuff I find really appealing. One more thing I thought was interesting is the name of the box, right? So the name of the box isn't like Shelob and Gollum, which you might think it would be, just Shelob, but they gave the name of the box as the Path of Cirith Ungol: Shelob and Gollum. So I'm not sure why they would have done that, unless there are other boxes coming that have this title, the Path of Cirith Ungol: Or what that could be. I mean, really, there's not a lot of other things that could be included in like a series like that. I mean, it could be Frodo, Sam, Shagrat, Gorbag. Yeah, Shagrat and Gorbag. So, maybe they could release like 1 or 2 other boxes that are kind of in this series, the Path of Cirith Ungol, and they could all release with this. They've only shown us this one so far. We've seen with Games Workshop that they typically don't tell you everything all at once, right? Whenever the War of the Rohirrim supplement came out, they didn't tell us everything all at once. They just they kind of teased us over the course of like I don't know, I feel like 10 months is how long it took them to show us everything that was coming out. So maybe this is just the first thing that we're seeing, hopefully. And in another month or two, December, January, we'll see another release. Speaking of which, in terms of when this is coming out, I suspect this will probably come out in like February or March, if I had to pick a date. And the reason why I say February or March, it's gonna come. So Games Workshop likes to release things like one thing per quarter. We've already got our thing, our thing for Middle Earth this quarter. Unfortunately, it was just a lot of older models, and that MTO that it's currently live. If you aren't aware of that and you're watching this like on day of release or the next week or so, there is a made to order with some interesting older miniatures, but none of that is new stuff. The next quarter course, from a business perspective, runs from January, February, March. They're going to want to get something on the books January, February, March. I think just February makes sense. So get something on the books in February, and then probably announce something in their cycle for what's going to come afterwards. And it's been their pattern for a while now. Get something in pre-order, and then once it gets in everyone's hands, then they announce what the next thing is going to be to get people excited for the next release. I think we'll get this probably in a couple. We will actually be able to order this in maybe 2.5 months. What does everybody else think about this? I think this is exciting. It's not going to have anything competitive wise, so you're not going to be able to build any new army lists or anything with it, but I'm looking forward. I'm going to probably order Shelob. We'll see what the price looks like, but I can't imagine it's going to be more than like $60 US for this. How much is the current kit actually? So the metal kit, which contains a metal Shelob, Frodo, and Sam, is $48. Again, I can't imagine that they make it 60 or more. I try to be conservative and I always assume they're going to raise prices when they do stuff like this. But realistically, they shouldn't raise prices that much. Really, it should probably realistically be something like $45, $50. But if they make it 60, I wouldn't be shocked. And of course, we've already seen the books. We know what the prices will look like for that because they have a book already on the shelves, and it's like $28 for the War of the Rohirrim. So I don't think it's, from a pricing perspective, I don't think it'll be too bad. And like I said, this is a really nice model. I'm curious about the base size. How big is her base currently? So she's currently on a 60 mil. It's kind of hard to tell what size this base is now, but I would suspect she stays on a 60. Put your thoughts in the comment section if you really enjoy this, if you think this is cool, if you like Shelob, if you like this new Gollum, if you hate them, if you think we should have gotten something else. I know some people wanted to see like a plastic Frodo and Samwise in this box. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.